The battle for first place in the NL West continues on an absolutely perfect late afternoon at Dodger Stadium. More than 53,000 saw the Dodgers take the series opener against the Padres last night in a pitcher's duel. We'll have a packed house once again tonight as the Dodgers try to secure a series win. We've got first pitch coming your way right here in 60 minutes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Leadoff LA. John Hartung here alongside Jerry Hairston Jr. and Nomar Garcia-Parra. Another sellout crowd on this Saturday at Dodger Stadium. It is Blake Trinan's bobblehead night. It's also Military Appreciation Night. We got a great band playing behind us, Jerry, but I love the Blake Trinan bobblehead because he was so huge against the San Diego Padres and helping send the Dodgers onto the NLCS.
Yeah, he was huge last year. Really has been huge since I put on that Dodger blue. Outstanding likeness. I do like the Fu Manchu goatee on the Blake train. I also love the high leg kick, and hopefully he features that high leg kick tonight. That means if he's in that ball game, we got to lead.
I mean, are we surprised? Just another great giveaway by the Dodgers, you know, and the fans are here. They're excited. They're lined up, but I think they're also excited for this series. It was such a great victory yesterday.
Yep.
Go out there, take care of business once again, get this series, get another one.
All right, let's get right to it, and we have a graphic of where things stand entering the day between the Dodgers and Padres. Both 69 and 53 tied atop the National League West. The Dodgers have won 6 of the 8 head-to-head meetings. They need just one more win to clinch the season series and the all-important tiebreaker. They still have 5 more head-to-head matchups, 2 more this weekend. They'll play 3 times next weekend at Petco Park in San Diego. And the reason it is so close, the last 6 weeks, the Padres 10 games over 500 during that stretch. The Dodgers 8 games under 500, and that's how they lost that 9-game lead. But a 3-time Cy Young Award winner got the win last night. Tonight, the Dodgers, Jerry, turning to a 2-time Cy Young Award winner in Blake Snell. He was a San Diego Padre when he won his 2nd Cy Young Award just 2 years ago. Now has a chance to help the Dodgers regain sole possession of first place in the NL West.
And we got a well-rested Blake Snell. He is ready and geared up for the second half. He has looked really good since he come off that IL. We know when he is on, he's as good a left-hander, really good a pitcher as there is in baseball. Incredible strikeout rate at the big league level. So I'm anxious to see him face his old team there, the San Diego Padres, work the fastball, the breaking ball, and that devastating combo.
You know, when we look at this rotation right now, we talk about the types of ace-type pitchers that you have in this rotation. Yamamoto, I think, has been the ace this year. Clayton Kershaw is a Hall of Fame ace, and was that yesterday again. Blake Snell is a guy who can be an ace. Cy Young Glasnow as well. And right now, in today's game, after Kershaw's performance, we need Blake Snell to go out there and perform like the ace. And as you mentioned, since coming off the out, he has pitched that way. So we need another performance like his last outing, going out there, continuing putting up those zeros. But you know what I'd like to see is if he can be a little more efficient so we can go deeper in the game, because I think that'll help the bullpen.
That's a huge point right there. Pitching deeper in the ball game to help out our bullpen. And I played on teams that I know you played on teams. You had guys as starters that would be that healthy competition. Guys who compete. I remember Zach Greinke and Clayton Kershaw. If Kersh goes out there, gives us 7 strong innings, Zach Greinke wants to go out there, give us 7, possibly 8. Hopefully Blake Snell kind of piggybacks off of what Clayton Kershaw did last time and throws a gem.
And you know he's looking forward to this start. He has not faced the San Diego Padres since he won that Cy Young Award with them 2 seasons ago. Let's get our first look at how Dave Roberts is stacking his lineup tonight for the middle game of the series, going up against right-hander Dylan Cease. And Doc is going with the same 9 as last night, with Shohei, Mookie, and Will Smith at the top. Freddie Freeman's in the cleanup spot. Teoscar Hernandez batting 5th, followed by Andy Pages, Michael Conforto, Alex Freeland playing third base, and Miguel Rojas starting at second base. Nomar, what sticks out to you?
What sticks out to me, it's the exact same lineup we saw yesterday. I mean, we don't see that too often. We always see maybe some changes here and there. But listen, you know, Dave Roberts really said they played a really solid game yesterday, and he was right. So he's like, why do we make any changes going on? Yesterday was a bullpen game for the Padres. They know they have Dylan Cease, so these guys got to go out there and take care of business.
I'm looking at the guy highlighted right there. He's a designated hitter, 43 bombs. That's pretty good. The Big Show did get a key RBI last night, but I'm looking at the bottom of the order. Similar nights tonight that they did last night. They were able to move the ball forward, get on base, and have key hits.
How dare you say that? Well, last night, Clayton Kershaw and the bullpen held a really hot Padres team to just 4 base hits and 2 runs in the game. And Blake Snell's going to try to pick up where they left off as he gets the ball for the middle game of this series against his former team. Let's head inside the stadium for the first time. Check in with Kirsten Watson. She joins us live with more on Blake Snell and Game 2 of this 3-game series. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, Don. Well, you guys were actually just talking about it when it came to yesterday's performance from Clayton Kershaw. He was able to get through 6 innings of work, kept the pitch count in a really good spot before Dave Roberts went to the bullpen. And that is the hope for Blake Snell today. And I will say, Blake is a different personality than Clayton Kershaw. While Clayton, you don't want to talk to him ahead of his start. Blake Snell, quite the talker, actually. And when he was on the field for a little bit, went back into the clubhouse. And when he was on his way, he passed by me and David Vassay. And he had that look in his eyes. And he said, it's going to be a good day today. Dave Roberts talked about just the importance of getting length from the starters right now, and also talked about Bobby Miller, who's officially been moved to the bullpen down with AAA OKC.
Very, very important. I think the thing is that it's a talented starting pitching group, and we just need length. We need the guys to do their jobs, because right now, if you look at our club, it's an offense that's talented. And it's a starting pitching staff that's very talented, and the guys in the pen have been fantastic. But as far as track records of guys, it makes life a lot easier, certainly in the regular season, for them to allow us to deploy guys, rest guys in the pen in their right lead spots. So this is going to be a big sort of stretch here this next week for our starters.
Bobby Miller, he's had a lot of success down there, transitioning to his new role as a reliever. The velocity's up. Just curious if you've heard anything about him. And of course, if your bullpen fills out, you have a ton of talent, but could he be an option if the right opportunity presents itself?
Yeah, I think so. Bobby has really embraced going to the pen and finishing games, and he's been very efficient using his mix. The fastball's been much better. He's still a part of what we're trying to do, but certainly it's a different role right now. But yeah, if the opportunity presents itself, but he's also got to continue to pitch well, and we'll see. But happy to see Bobby throwing the baseball the way he is.
Tomorrow's game is a ticket. So Bobby Miller moved out of the rotation into the bullpen in late July, and since then the numbers have looked really good. The stuff has been sharper. So Dave Roberts, while he said there's not an exact plan for Bobby Miller, the fact that he could be an option come October, later in the season, the regular season, it's huge to have considering the success he's had. Other guys we should be keeping an eye on who's actually going to be going to OKC to start their rehab assignment. It's going to be Tanner Scott as well as Kirby Yates. Dave Roberts said they should both be going out on assignment on Tuesday, and they're feeling really good, so hopefully it won't be a long rehab stint until they're back with the big league team and coming out of the bullpen here at Dodger Stadium, guys.
And not a moment too soon before we see them back, Kirsten. Thank you very much. So we did mention Dave Roberts going with the same exact lineup as he went with last night. Dodgers only managed 4 hits in that game, but you look at 3 of those hits in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Nomar, they came from the bottom 3rd of the order. And yes, that helped the Dodgers put up those 2 runs to take the lead. And you were saying it yesterday with Max Muncy out, you're going to need other guys in the lineup to step up, especially guys near the bottom.
Yes, and it seems like they were listening to our conversation before the game, because they came through. I mean, it started with Michael Conforto. Started with him, and then you got Alex Freeland following up with a base hit, and then it's all about situational hitting, right? And then you got Miguel Rojas trying to get the bunt down, and then we got a little bit of gift there with Machado going out there and trying to make a play, and the ball gets away, so he gets a hit. Now it's the bases loaded. When you really look at the line, the reason why we wanted the bottom part of the lineup, because we want to flip it over to the top. But when you look at the line at the top of the lineup, you're saying, well, wait a minute, the top of the lineup was 0 for yesterday. They didn't get any hits. Yeah, they may not have got any hits yesterday, but they also did an excellent job in situational hitting. Shohei got an RBI, then followed that up with Mookie Betts getting a good at-bat, going out there and get the sacrifice fly. We talk about when you're facing a good team and you're facing good pitcher, I know it was a bullpen game, but even like a game like today against Dylan Cease, you have to seize on the opportunities. And yesterday, the offense were able to seize on those opportunities. So I think it was good to see that situational hitting come through.
When you're on a big league team, know who you are and know your role. Guess what? Shohei Ohtani is going to play every day. Mookie Betts is going to play every day. That bottom of the lineup, these guys are vying for playing time. And how you get more playing time? You produce. Play your game. Put the ball in play. Be a contact is king guy. And move guys over when need to be moved over. Great job last night by our guys being able to start a rally and really help us win the ball game. You do more of that, you're going to have a lot more opportunities being in the lineup.
All right, hopefully more hits tonight against Dylan Cease as we take you up to first pitch. Just getting started here on Leadoff LA. Tyler Glasnow will get the ball against Yu Darvish for the series finale tomorrow afternoon. But first, it'll be Blake Snell against Dylan Cease coming up right here at 6 o'clock. Plus, before yesterday's game, Dave Roberts said Clayton Kershaw was the perfect guy to set the tone for this series. How Kersh proved his skipper right, coming up next.
When you've done this, as long as we have, it's August now, you try and treat every day the same, but and then hopefully the situation just helps magnify everything, so it's a game in August, obviously. It's not that huge a deal, but the way we were going, it felt like a big game for us, and thankful we got a win tonight. It's going to be a fun 6 weeks. The Padres are going to be right there. We're going to be right there. We got a lot of games against them in the next 10 days, obviously. So, the division isn't won or lost in the next 10 days, but it will make an impact, and we know that. And I don't know how to say it and not sound cliche, but we just got to keep playing. There's just nothing else to do. We can't put anything more on it, any less on it. Just keep playing the game, and just hopefully our talent and our team will take over, which we know it will.
Time to call your shot, brought to you by Southern California Toyota. Jerry, lead us off. Tell us who's going off tonight against the Show Pods.
We talk about opportunities. You have an opportunity once again today. I'm going with Alex Freeland. Alex Freeland, multi-hit game. You're going to pick it there on defense.
Like that call.
That's a great call. I'm looking at a guy just maybe a couple hitters in front of him. I know last time he got hit by Dylan Cease, didn't like it too much, but I'm going to go with Andy Pages. I think he has a big game today.
All right, I'm going to take a guy who had a big game against Dylan Cease last year, game 1 of the National League Division Series. Shohei Ohtani hit that 3-run homer that tied the game last year, and he's going to hit another big bomb tonight off of Dylan Cease and the San Diego Padres. Meantime, on the mound for the Dodgers, it's going to be Blake Snell. He won a Cy Young with the Padres just a couple of years ago. Didn't face San Diego last year when he pitched for the Giants, Jerry. So tonight, his first start against his former team. What do you want to see from Snell in this one?
Well, we heard Oral kind of touch on it. The San Diego Padres love that fastball. The off-speed pitch, they don't really hit that well. Blake features 2 great off-speed pitches, the curveball and that combio. Get ahead of the zone, use all 3 pitches, and pitch deep in the ballgame.
You know what? I hope he can get ahead early. I mean, I think that's going to be really key because when he is ahead, he becomes more efficient. There are times where he'll give some walks and everything, gets behind, but he finds a way to get out of it. But getting ahead so he can be efficient, so he can go deeper in the game.
And this is why Blake Snell wanted to sign with the Dodgers, to pitch in games like this. He's facing his former team, the team that he won the Cy Young Award with just a couple of seasons ago. Sole possession of first place in the National League West. It is on the line tonight. Let's send it upstairs to Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser. Guys, take it away.
All right, John, and with a 40-game sprint left in this 2025 regular season, the Dodgers and the Padres are deadlocked for first in the National League West. Winner of tonight's game moves into sole possession of first place going into the last game of this weekend series, although just game 3 of 6 over this 10-day span. Welcome inside. Hope you're having a great weekend. Joe Davis, Oral Hershiser, Kirsten Watson joins us in a moment. Man, they needed that game last night, didn't they? That's the kind of game that lately they've been losing.
Yeah, and since the All-Star break, they have only won 3 times back-to-back games. This would be a nice time for a 4th.
Last night it was Clayton Kershaw that set the tone. 6 excellent innings. Tonight it's Blake Snell trying to build off a really good start last time.
Yeah, really good start against a really hard team to strike out. Toronto, the hardest team in the big leagues to strike out. Well, he's going against the Padres tonight, which are the 2nd hardest team to strike out. But his last outing, he had it all working. The first 3 innings or so, he wasn't his typical self. He wasn't effectively wild. He was pitching and in the strike strike zone. But innings 4 and 5, where he really started to continue to do well, he was back to his old self. We'll see what he is tonight.
Well, we mentioned the 6 innings from Kershaw last night, so just 3 innings for the bullpen to cover. But Kirsten, they needed 5 guys to cover those 3.
Yeah, Joe, exactly. 5 guys to get the final 9 outs. And so it wasn't the most traditional rollouts that we've been seeing from the bullpen. But ahead of the game, Dave Roberts said that he was going to manage those guys with a sense of urgency. It wasn't going to be panic like a Game 7 of the World Series type of urgency. There's truly going to be matchup driven. So even, for example, looking at that 8th inning behind Alex Vesia, having Blake Trinan come in for the matchup with Manny Machado, Dave Roberts said that he felt was the game. That's the Padres' best hitter, their hottest hitter. So he knew that was a key out. He did not want to see Blake Trinan do an up-down. So then, of course, he went to Alexis Diaz because everyone's outing was a little bit shorter, either 2/3 of an inning or 1 guy that they faced. Everyone is available out of the bullpen to protect Blake Snell tonight, guys.
All right, Kirsten, and if you like nasty stuff from your pitchers, tonight is the night for you. This is the place for you. You know about Snell for the Dodgers. Dylan Cease, dominant stuff as well.
12 innings against the Dodgers, 20 strikeouts. So you're going to see a lot of sliders. He's not going to change the way he approaches the Dodgers, even if he has one with a good outing and one with a bad outing. It's going to be mostly fastballs and sliders.
Dodgers trying to restore order at the top of the National League West. They tied it up last night. They look for sole possession tonight. We've got Game 2 coming up on Sportsnet LA.
What he threw in those 2 outings against the Dodgers, he ended up throwing 204 pitches, 93 sliders and 90 fastballs, and very few of those other 3 pitches.
But he has been a different guy the last couple games. There's 2-1 to Otani, is inside in ball 3. That's pretty much how he was against everybody the last few years, about 90% fastball slider, but he's doubled his curveball usage in the second half. He threw a career-high number of sinkers his last game.
That's because he's not getting results, and he's trying to find a new formula.
Is 3-1. Is a curveball in the dirt for ball 4. A leadoff walk for Shohei Ohtani, who's reached base in all 14 games in the month of August.
A 3-2 curveball to the first hitter of the game. That's a little respect for Shohei, but it also is showing that new formula that he's working on.
That's back-to-back walks to open the game. So Dylan Cease gets a ton of strikeouts, but he gets it because he gets chase. He's in the zone less than anybody. So while he gets a lot of strikeouts, if you can lay off, he walks as many people as anybody.
Well, there might have been a little subtlety to that comment.
2 on, nobody out. Another 3-2 to Will Smith. Taken for ball 4. The bases are loaded on 3 Dylan Cease walks.
You can see it right there. Over the
0-2. Popped up into right. Let's see if they test Tatis, who's also got a gun. Here comes Otani. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and the Dodgers strike first. Teoscar Hernandez with a sacrifice fly. And the Dodgers take advantage of the 3 walks. Here's the payoff. Conforto grounds one through the right side, and they've taken advantage. Smith is right on Betts' heels. A 2-run single from Conforto. And a 3-run first for the Dodgers, pouncing on Dylan Cease. The win. 3-2.
The way he's been throwing the ball, I don't think that was on purpose.
And Otani's walked for the second time in as many innings. He's not having fun facing Cease, though, who's throwing really hard and not quite sure where it's going.
Yep. Well, just in these few innings here, he has increased his MVP votes. Because if you're tied for first in the National League West and you're playing the opponent you're tied with and you're throwing guys out and reaching base, writers are taking notice.
Well, Dylan Cease, beggars can't be choosers on this, but got squeezed a little bit there and has walked 6 in. Hits this ball in the air to right center field. Tatis and Merrill back. It is caught. No, juggled and dropped. 2 runs are going to score. Freeman's into second. And it's 5-0. That ball hung in the air forever. Merrill got there, but couldn't hang on.